Good morning. This is the video for the Preamble. Open your blue Gateway to American Government textbooks to page 65 and have a pen, pencil, or highlighter ready. Follow along as I read out loud and be ready to mark the text when you're told to. A quick tour of the Constitution. In the last chapter, you learned about Articles of Confederation and the Constitutional Convention. And the Articles of Confederation was the first government the United States tried, but it didn't work out too well. By August 1787, the delegates in Philadelphia had completed the first draft of the new Constitution. The final document was approved by a convention just over 1 month later. It consisted of a preamble and 7 articles. The same document still governs us more than 2 centuries later. The Preamble. The first part of the Constitution is the Preamble. A preamble is an introductory statement. The preamble to the United States Constitution explains its purpose and goals. So I want you to use a highlighter or a pen and either highlight what a preamble is, not just the word, but what it is, or circle it with your pen. So the preamble is the introduction, the first paragraph that explains what the purpose and the goals of the Constitution. So when we look on the picture in front of you, on the left-hand side, in the box, you will see the entire preamble. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. And then on the right-hand side, it explains what all those different terms and the words mean. So we the people, when we say we the people, they're talking about the individual citizens in the United States. So all the people that live here in the United States. The word union is a group of states united under one government. So the United States is a union. We have 50 different states that all join together to form one United States. Establish justice means to administer laws fairly, to treat fairly and reasonably, to punish crimes and abuses and reward good acts. So justice, being fair. They establish justice. They have laws, and we keep everything so it's fair for everyone in the United States. Tranquility means calm and peacefulness. So when it's tranquil, it's very nice and calm. Domestic tranquility, now the word domestic means at home, so we're talking about in our home country. So, and we said tranquility is calm and peacefulness, so domestic tranquility is being peaceful and calm inside our country. So when it says that they want domestic tranquility, they want to keep everyone peaceful, calm, and relaxed here in our country. The common defense, so we'll be defending our entire community. So the common defense would be to protect all of our citizens. General welfare is the well-being, happiness, health, and good fortune for the entire community. So when you're looking over there and it says to promote the general welfare, that means they want to be a government that promotes making sure its citizens are happy. Posterity, all future generations, those who will live after us. So posterity means, we're not just worried about us and now, but we're worried about future Americans as well and making sure they can live the same life and have the same, benefits that we have. And ordain is to order or decree. So you're ordaining, you're declaring this is what it is. So when it says do ordain and establish, we are decreeing, we are announcing that the Constitution for the United States of America. So on the left-hand side in the box, you have the preamble, and on the right-hand side, you have the translation, which explains what it means. Now, on the bottom of the page, and when you turn the page to page 66, you will see a bunch of spaces for you to write. The instructions say, explain what each phrase of the preamble means in your own words below. So, for where it says, we the people, you can look up on the section we just read, and it says, we the people means the individual citizens of the United States. Now, that's not what you're going to write. You need to write it in your own words. So an example could be, instead of saying the individual citizens of the United States, you can put all the people that live in the United States, because that would be putting it in your own words. So you need to go through and do that for each one of the following. You will now have 8 minutes to complete this, and then I'm going to move on with the video and explain the last part. So if you don't get it finished in the 8 minutes, pay attention to the second part of the video and then go back and complete the work you started. The final thing you need to do is comparing the first and final drafts of the preamble. So remember, a draft is like a practice copy before you submit the real one. So if you look at the top box on page 67, you will see on the left-hand side is the first draft, which was written on August 6th, 1787, and on the right-hand side is the final draft, which is the one they ended up using, which was written on September 17th, 1787. So let's read through these and see what the differences are. So the original draft that was changed on the left-hand side says, "We the people of the states of New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Providence Plantations, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia do ordain, declare, and establish the following Constitution for the government of ourselves and posterity." So that'll be for the government of us, and remember, posterity means and future generations, so the future Americans to come. That one was kind of long-winded, naming every single state. So let's see what they went with. On the right-hand side, the final draft, the one after editing that they decided they liked more. "We the people of the United States." So instead of naming all the states, they're referring to themselves as one country, all the states united, instead of making it sound like they're all individual states. "We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." So you can see the original draft pretty much just named all the states and said they're making a government. On the draft that gets submitted, the final draft, they say, "We the people of the United States," refer to all the states, so it takes up a little less space, and then they explain what they want the government to do. Things like establishing justice, ensure domestic tranquility, so keeping the people at home happy, providing defense, promoting the general welfare, so keeping everyone healthy and happy, securing the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, so keeping liberty for us, but then also for the future Americans to come. So those are the first two. You can see they made some changes. So what I want you to do is to look over the questions on the rest of page 67 and answer them based on what I just explained to you about the first draft compared to the second draft of the preamble. And remember, the preamble is the intro, which explains the goals of the Constitution.